Did he say who was supposed to be taking care of you?
You, but you said you were working late too.
I am working late.
Hello, Principal Conway. What exactly has he done?
How was your day?
You have to work, go work.
Well, how was you? Hello?
Now, as a Muslim, and I've been a Muslim for 5 years, yeah, you know, like, I'm comfortable with this role. In fact, I'm really happy, you know, that Islam has given us a definition for the roles of a man and a woman. At first it was quite difficult, but then, as you know, once I got married, had children, and then, you know, like, your natural instincts take over. I think every mother would say that, you know, like, if they were working, that they would want to be at home with their children.
When I came to Islam, there's completely different. Like, it's all set out for you nice and clearly. You know, there's no confusion.
The background that I came from West Indian background, Jamaican background, and you know, there's a lot of issues to do with family. Like, there's a lot of broken families, dysfunctional families. There's a high ratio of homes which do not have fathers in the home, and this is all as a result of the fact that there's no guidance.
A woman in Islam has been given more financial security as compared to the man. As I told you earlier, the financial obligation is not put on her shoulder. It is put on the shoulders of the man in the family. It's the duty of the father or the brother before she's married, and the duty of the husband or the son after she's married to look after lodging, boarding, clothing, and financial aspects of her. When she gets married, she is on the receiving end. If a woman works, which she does not have to, whatever earning she gets, it is absolutely her property. She need not spend a single pie on the household. If she wants to spend, it's her free will. Irrespective how rich the wife is, it's the duty of the husband to give lodging, boarding, clothing, and look after the financial aspects of the wife.
When I came across Islam and this issue of, you know, being a mother and a wife, it was something which it gave you such clear guidance on where you stand and how to uphold your role as a wife and as a mother, how to bring up your children, and what it means to be a wife, and what is the role of a husband, and what are the rights and the duty of the husband and wife. And I just found that like a great liberation for me, because I think that was a problem before, that people were doing things based on their own mind.
And that does give me comfort that when I get older, I won't be, you know, abandoned and left to rot in my old flat, you know, and my children not come and visit me, which is, unfortunately, I've had experience in that field where I've worked in old people's homes, where sons and daughters do not come and visit their elderly parents.
You never see anybody come and visit them. You never see anybody, and they have children, but the children must really come just at Christmas. Even
at Christmas, you know, they're not even sent any Christmas cards. And I remember working at Christmas with the elderly people and trying to make them feel a bit better. And it is really heartbreaking when you go into certain old people's homes, and all their life these people have looked after their children, and all they can speak about is their children, and their children can't even be bothered to come and visit them once a week. And then the saddest thing is when they die, the elderly people, then the children come and take the inheritance. And I do feel relieved that, you know, inshallah, this is not what's going to happen to me, that my children will always be there for me, because Islam requires them to do that. you know, the emphasis is on that, you know, paradise is in the feet of your mother. And when I first heard that as a Muslim, that made me cry, because it's so you know, emotional, that the responsibility a child has to the mother.
Coming to Islam is not just about, these are some of the beautiful outcomes of practicing Islam. It's not the reason why one takes on Islam. We take it on because it's the truth. And even if by the, you know, Allah forbid, the child becomes misguided, at the end of the day you know that you're following the truth, and that's the most important thing, and that you uphold your responsibility to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
A woman in Islam, if she wishes to work, she can work. There is no text in the Quran or the authentic hadith which prevents or makes it prohibited for a woman to do any work, as long as it is not unlawful, as long as it is within the purview of the Islamic Sharia, as long as she maintains her Islamic dress code. A true Islamic society requires women to take up professions such as doctors. We do require female gynecologists. We do require female nurses. We do require female teachers. But a woman in Islam has got no financial obligation. The financial obligation is laid on the shoulders of the man in the family. Therefore, she need not work for her livelihood.
The feeling of fulfillment and the tranquility that you get from it is beyond description. One just have to experience it to know how it feels.
Helena sees no conflict between Islamic traditions and a modern lifestyle.
I think I'll die if I just stay at home and be a homemaker, because then I feel that there's so much potential that will go wasted.
So in 1985, Helena went to medical school. Today, she is an obstetrician and gynecologist.
I was lucky to be born in this country. This is a place where women has always been working side by side with men. That's by the tradition. I would say I'm a very empowered woman. Liberated? Well, I don't need to be liberated. I've been born a free person.
Okay, go.
Before I decided that I should be a specialist in obstetrics and gynecology, of course, Muslim women will ask permission from their husband. That's what I did. And I really wanted Zul to give me the permission, because somebody has to do the job. And he did. Not to say that I would not take no as an answer, but again, it depends on how you ask for the permission, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
The Muslim woman has the same right as a Muslim man. We have a Muslim woman who was not only the Prime Minister of Turkey, but she was the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the President of the largest Muslim country in the world. The President of Indonesia one time was a woman. So the fact that there are certain cultural practices in Taliban, for example, of Afghanistan, that women don't go to educate, that is not Islamic. That has nothing to do with Islam. Islam is liberating. Islam came. In fact, Prophet Muhammad himself was working for a businesswoman. And the first one to accept Islam was a businesswoman, his wife.
That's right.
So the fact that Islam is, in fact, Islam was very much liberating to the situation. Women were objects. Women were objects before Islam came. In fact, women had the right to vote 1400 years ago. Women were consulted in business affairs. Women had the right to have her own property. In fact, one thing that I would like to mention is, when I marry, my wife does not carry my name. She carries her own name because it is her own identity. Islam is very much liberating. It is just sometimes we take certain examples here and there, and we think that they're cultural examples. I don't think they have that much to do with Islam.